Forbidden magic. In the kingdom of Ardesia, magic was a taboo. It was associated with danger, chaos, and evil. Many years before this story began, King Landor issued a decree. Anyone practicing magic would face exile or execution. Magical books were burned, and sorcerers were forced to hide or leave their homeland. Living in this kingdom was a boy named Quill. He was only 10 years old when he lost his parents in a great fire that engulfed the capital. An orphan left to fend for himself, Quill grew up in a shelter, where his life was filled with hardship and loneliness. But one day, among the ruins of an old library, he found something that would change his life forever. A book about magic. It was a forbidden object that should have been destroyed. However, Quill hid the book and began reading it at night when everyone else was asleep. With every page, his imagination came alive. The book spoke of magical spells, ancient wizards, and incredible adventures. Though magic was banned, Quill felt it might be his true calling. Journey to the forest. By the time Quill turned 15, his desire to learn magic had become unstoppable. He had heard legends of an old sorcerer named Eldar, who lived deep in the Forest of Gloom. Eldar was said to have been the most powerful mage in Ardesia, but he went into exile after the king's decree. Quill decided to leave the city and find this wizard to learn from him. The journey was dangerous. The dense forest was filled with wild beasts and traps. Guided by ancient maps he found in the book, Quill finally reached Eldar's cabin. The old sorcerer greeted him with suspicion, but, hearing of Quill's thirst for knowledge, agreed to teach him. Learning magic. Days in Eldar's cabin were tough but exciting. Quill studied the fundamentals of magic, understanding the energy of nature, potion making, and protective and offensive spells. He trained his willpower and patience. Eldar warned him, magic was a tool, not a toy, and those who used it recklessly would inevitably fail. The first year of training was full of failures. Spells misfired, potions exploded, and magical symbols tangled in Quill's mind. But over time, his power grew. He learned to create magical shields, heal wounds, and even interact with the elements. Eldar saw something special in him and told Quill he had the potential to become a great wizard. The dragon threat. One day, news reached the forest. A massive black dragon had attacked Ardesia. It burned villages, ravaged the lands, and threatened the capital. King Landor sent his knights to fight the beast, but none returned. The dragon was impervious to ordinary weapons. Hearing this, Quill felt he had to help. He knew magic could stop the dragon, but also understood that using sorcery would make him an enemy of the crown. Eldar tried to dissuade him, but seeing his student's determination, he gave Quill one final piece of advice. Your strength lies not in magic but in your heart. Never forget why you chose this path. Hero of Ardesia. Quill arrived at the capital just as the dragon surrounded it with flames. People panicked and fled, while the city walls began to crumble. The boy stood before the beast and called upon the elements. The air shimmered with magical light, and Quill created a shield that protected the city from the dragon's fire. The dragon was a strong and cunning opponent. It attacked the magical barriers, forcing Quill to expend more and more energy. In a critical moment, when it seemed the boy would fall, Quill remembered Eldar's lesson. He reached out to the dragon's soul with his heart. Using the magic of harmony, he did not destroy the creature but healed it. It turned out the dragon had been cursed, and now, freed from the spell, it became Quill's ally. The triumph of magic. After the battle, King Landor was forced to acknowledge that magic could serve good. Quill became a hero, and his actions changed people's views on sorcery. The king repealed the decree banning magic, and Ardesia entered a new era where wizards and ordinary people lived in harmony. Quill returned to Eldar to complete his training. But now, he was no longer just a student. He had become a symbol of hope and proof that magic, like the heart, could change the world for the better.